Have you ever found your mind drifting, caught in that endless mental highlight reel of past triumphs, or maybe replaying an embarrassing moment on a loop?
Oh, definitely. Or, leaping ahead, mapping out every possible future scenario.
Exactly. Anticipating what's just around the corner. And, well, memory and planning certainly have their place, right? But it's worth asking, how often do these mental journeys actually stop us from, fully engaging with now?
It's such a universal human experience, isn't it? This pull of time, we're all constantly navigating it. But sometimes, yeah, we get so lost in the navigating, we miss the actual journey.
Absolutely. And today we're taking a deep dive into an ancient text from the Buddhist tradition. It's called the Bhaddekarattasuttaṃ.
Which translates to something like the one who is best in solitude, or I think maybe more evocatively, the fortunate one.
The fortunate one. I like that. And it promises, well, a kind of shortcut to a particular kind of well-being, freedom, and a really powerful way to be truly present.
Yeah, so our mission for this deep dive really is to unpack this teaching, which sounds simple on the surface, but is actually quite profound. We want to understand its core message
Mm-hmm.
and see how its really intricate analysis of our relationship with time, past, present, and future, how that can offer some deep insights for your daily life.
So we'll explore not just what it says, but maybe more importantly, how it guides us to become that fortunate one, someone who can really be present.
Okay, so where does this wisdom start?
Well, the sutta begins with the Buddha addressing his monks.
Yeah.
He's basically laying out this teaching, the Bhaddekaratta. He gives an outline and an analysis, all designed to unlock this fortunate state.
Right.
And at its heart, there's this incredibly powerful stanza. It's the core principle, really, that sets the stage for everything else. It goes, do not pursue the past, do not anticipate the future.
Okay, straightforward enough, maybe.
What is past is given up, the future has not yet arrived. Whoever sees the Dhamma here and there in the present, unattached, unshaken, that one should develop.
That's a really critical distinction there
Yeah.
because, for so many people, living in the moment sounds like a nice idea, a bit of a platitude maybe,
Yeah, or just impossible.
or impossible in our, hyper-connected world.
Yeah.
But this isn't just a poetic suggestion. It goes way beyond that simple idea. It guides us on how to actually be unattached,
And
unshaken, even with all the modern bombardment of information and desires.
And the text itself shows the way.
It does. It provides the practical pathway. And it also includes this really striking warning, which kind of reminds us why this is so important, so urgent.
What's the warning?
It says, "Today is the effort to be made. Who knows, death may come tomorrow. Indeed, we have no truce with the great army of death."
Wow. Okay, so no time to waste, basically.
Exactly. It really underscores the immense value and the immediacy of this teaching.
So that brings us to the crucial how, doesn't it? It's one thing to say don't pursue the past, but how does an ancient text actually guide us to do that? What does it even mean, really, to pursue the past or anticipate the future?
And the sutta gets remarkably specific, which is what makes it so useful.
Okay, so how does it define pursuing the past? Let's start there.
It's incredibly precise. It's not just remembering something. It's what the text calls taking delight. The Pali word is nandiya samavanati.
Taking delight.
Yeah, in past experiences. It's that subtle but really powerful emotional attachment, that hook.
Ah, okay, so it's the emotional investment.
Exactly. And the sutta breaks this down into 5 core categories of experience where we tend to get stuck. Our physical form, I looked like this back then, our feelings, our perceptions, our volitional formations, those mental urges, and our consciousness.
5 areas where we cling to the past through delight.
That's the key, that emphasis on taking delight. It's not just about recalling, what you had for breakfast yesterday.
Right.
It's about clinging to it, being emotionally invested in how things were. That emotional charge we give past events, maybe a past success we keep replaying, or a mistake we just can't let go of, that is what traps us.
So that clinging is what stops us from experiencing now.
Precisely. And the sutta then clarifies beautifully that not pursuing isn't about erasing memories. It's about being able to recall without that delighting, without that clinging that stops you from engaging with right now.
Yeah.
It's a subtle shift, but profound for daily life.
Okay. And it's fascinating you mentioned that the sutta applies the exact same framework to the future.
Exactly the same. For anticipating the future, the word is pakakakati. One anticipates by taking delight in how one will be in the future.
In those same 5 categories, form, feeling.
Yep, form, feeling, perception, volitional formations, consciousness. So again, it's not just about making plans, it's about clinging to those plans, to those future visions of ourselves.
And that's a crucial point for, well, for all of us. I mean, think about it. How much of our own disappointment or anxiety or that feeling that happiness is always just over the horizon comes from clinging to future outcomes or future identities?
Right. The sutta is really offering a way out of that whole cycle. It's not saying abandon goals or stop planning for tomorrow, obviously. We need to do that to function.
Sure.
It's about freeing ourselves from the clinging, that emotional grappling with those future outcomes or identities. If you zoom out, the implication is huge. That kind of attachment is a direct path to disappointment when things don't go as planned, or chronic anxiety about what might happen.
And constantly putting off feeling okay until some future point that might never arrive quite like we imagine.
Exactly. Deferring happiness.
So, just like with the past, one does not anticipate the future by not taking delight, by not clinging to those potential future states.
It's that subtle but really profound difference between, say, planning and clinging, between preparing and, well, desperately grasping.
Okay, so if we're not meant to be pursuing the past or anticipating the future in this clinging way, what about the present? This is where it gets even more nuanced, right?
It does. The sutta moves on to how one becomes attached or not attached, sayarati or nasarati, to present phenomena, things happening right now.
And how does it describe attachment in the present?
Well, it paints this vivid picture of what it calls the uninstructed ordinary person, asudava puthujjano. This is basically someone who hasn't encountered these kinds of teachings or, people who embody them.
Okay, what does this person do?
This person sees their present form, their body, their appearance right now as self, or they see self as having form, or form in self, or self in form. It's this deep identification.
Ah, so this body is me, or my thoughts are me.
Exactly. And this same deep identification is applied to their present feeling, their perception, their volitional formations, which are essentially our mental impulses, intentions, those subtle urges.
The drivers behind our actions.
Yeah, pretty much. Those mental drivers. And finally, to their consciousness itself, they just completely identify everything happening right now as them, as a fixed, solid me.
Wow.
And this is where the sutta offers a truly profound insight. It's not just defining a type of person. It's revealing a fundamental pattern of how we all often create our own suffering. By clinging to these fleeting experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, even our physical sensations, as if they are our permanent, unchanging identity. This creates a binding, a feeling of being stuck or entangled, sahirati, in the present moment, because we see these impermanent changing things as a fixed self.
It's like building your house on sand, but believing it's solid rock.
That's a great analogy, yeah.
So it sounds like this isn't about denying our experiences or trying to become aloof or detached in a cold way. It seems more about how we relate to them.
Precisely.
So how does the sutta then describe the opposite approach? For someone who has received these instructions, the instructed noble disciple.
Exactly. So in contrast, the instructed noble disciple, the Sutta Arya Savako, someone who has encountered these teachings and been trained, does not see form, feeling, perception, volitional formations, or consciousness as self, or self as having them, and so on.
Okay.
Again, this isn't about denying your experiences. It's not pretending you don't have a body or thoughts or feelings. That would be absurd. It's about a profound shift in perspective. It's about understanding, really seeing that these components of our experience are constantly changing. They're processes, not a permanent, solid self.
Seeing them as transient.
Yes. And this understanding allows one to witness phenomena unattached, unshaken. The Pali is asahita askupa, unentangled, unperturbed.
You're entangled.
This critical thinking, this insight, helps us release that tension of holding on to what is inherently fluid, what's always changing. And that leads to a state of inner stability, real stability, regardless of what's happening outside.
That sounds like, well, genuine freedom. Freedom from being tossed around by every thought or feeling or circumstance.
It's the ultimate freedom, in a way. Freedom from being defined by the constant ebb and flow of life.
So putting this all together, what does it actually mean for us? How does one embody these qualities of the Bhaddekaratta, this fortunate one?
Well, the sutta brings it back together. It reiterates that the fortunate one is someone who, quote, ardent, untiring, day and night, observes phenomena in the present, unattached, unshaken.
Ardent and untiring. So it requires effort, constant awareness.
It does. It's a practice. By letting go of clinging to past identities or future expectations, and crucially, by seeing present experiences, without identifying them as a permanent self.
By seeing them clearly as changing phenomena.
Yes, one cultivates this profound, stable presence, and that allows them to truly develop, or manubre, as the text says. It's about a relentless, engaged awareness right here, right now. Understanding that true fortune isn't found in external things, but in this kind of unshakable inner state.
So we've taken quite a deep dive here into the Bhaddekaratta Sutta. We've trying to unpack its wisdom on how our engagement with time, past, present, future, and how our identification with our experiences can either, well, bind us or set us free.
And the core message, when you boil it down, is surprisingly clear and practical.
What would you say it is, in essence?
Cultivate a relentless, ardent awareness of the present moment, but free from that clinging, free from that identification. See things as they are without getting entangled.
See things as they are. Okay.
And the sutta concludes by stating that such a person, someone dwelling ardent, untiring, day and night, seeing things this way, that person is called the fortunate one by the wise.
The fortunate one. It really lands differently now, understanding the context. It's not about luck or external riches.
Not at all. It's an inner quality, an inner stability.
So maybe a final thought for you, the listener. What might it mean for you to truly experience such an unshaken state, even just glimpses of it, amidst the constant demands and distractions of modern life?
Yeah, and how might this ancient wisdom maybe redefine what fortune truly means for you? Independent of external circumstances, independent of that endless cycle of wanting more, achieving more, what if fortune is actually this state of being present, unattached, and unshaken?